At 23 years old, Daniel stood frozen in the middle of a grocery store aisle. The bright lights above him buzzed softly. The shelves around him were full, food everywhere, choices everywhere. But Daniel felt empty. He held a small plastic basket in his hands. Inside were just a few items: a loaf of cheap bread, 2 packs of instant noodles, nothing else. He stepped forward as the line moved. When it was his turn, the cashier scanned the items. The screen lit up with numbers. Daniel swallowed hard. He opened his wallet. $12. That was all he had. His heart started beating faster. For a moment, he hoped the total would somehow be lower. He hoped something would change. It didn't. The cashier looked at him calmly. She waited. Daniel slowly removed 1 pack of noodles from the basket, then the other. He kept only the bread. The cashier scanned it again. This time, the total fit. Daniel paid, took the receipt, and walked out of the store holding a bag that felt lighter than the weight in his chest. Outside, people passed by without noticing him. A group of friends laughed near the entrance. Someone talked loudly on the phone about weekend plans. Daniel walked past them quietly. He didn't feel angry. He felt ashamed. That night, he sat on the edge of his bed in his small rented room. The walls were bare. The room smelled slightly damp. A single light bulb hung from the ceiling. He checked his phone. Photos of smiling faces, videos of success stories, posts about money, confidence, and freedom. Daniel closed the app. He whispered to himself, "How did I end up here?" That question stayed with him as the night grew quiet. From the outside, Daniel's life looked normal. He had a job, he paid rent, he showed up every day. But inside, he was exhausted. Every morning, he woke up with a heavy feeling in his chest. Not pain, just pressure, like something was missing. At work, Daniel did what he was told. He followed instructions. He never argued. He never asked for more. He stayed invisible. When coworkers talked about promotions, side businesses, or future plans, Daniel listened quietly. He nodded. He smiled. Inside, his thoughts were loud. "They're better than you. You're falling behind. You should be further by now." These thoughts followed him everywhere. Money made it worse. Every bill felt like a reminder of his failure. Every unexpected expense felt like a threat. He avoided checking his bank account because the number scared him. Daniel didn't feel poor only because of money. He felt poor in confidence, poor in belief, poor in hope. Slowly, without realizing it, he began to believe a dangerous idea: "I am not capable." Daniel remembered a time when he used to dream. When he was younger, he believed he could build something. He believed effort mattered. He believed life would reward patience. But life felt harder than he expected. Mistakes piled up. Opportunities slipped away. Each failure made his voice quieter. He stopped trusting his decisions. He stopped trusting himself. At night, his mind replayed old moments, things he should have said, chances he didn't take, paths he didn't choose. He wondered if he had missed his chance. One evening, after work, Daniel walked home instead of taking the bus. He wanted to save money, but more than that, he wanted silence. The city felt loud around him, but his thoughts were louder. He stopped near a bridge and looked down at the road below. Cars moved fast, lights blurred together. He thought, "Everyone is moving forward. I'm standing still." That thought hurt the most. That night, Daniel didn't turn on the light when he entered his room. He sat on the floor with his back against the wall. The darkness felt honest. For a long time, he said nothing. Then, quietly, he spoke. "I don't believe in myself anymore." The words shocked him. He had never said that out loud before, but once he did, something strange happened. The truth felt heavy, but it also felt freeing. Daniel realized something important. He wasn't just struggling with money. He was struggling with his mindset, and if his mindset was broken, no amount of money would fix it. That thought stayed with him as he finally fell asleep. The next day felt different. Nothing in Daniel's life had changed, but something inside him had shifted. After work, instead of going straight home, he kept walking. He didn't know where he was going. He just followed the streets until the noise softened. That's when he saw the library. It was an old building, quiet, almost forgotten. Daniel hesitated, then stepped inside. The air felt calm, safe. He walked slowly between shelves, reading titles: self-help, business, psychology. One book slipped from a shelf and fell near his feet. He picked it up. Confidence is built, not found. Daniel sat down and opened it. The words were simple. Confidence comes from action. Self-worth grows when you keep promises to yourself. An older man sat across from him, reading quietly. After a while, the man looked up. "That book helped me when I was your age." Daniel looked surprised. "Really?" The man nodded. "I used to think confidence was something lucky people were born with. I was wrong." They talked for over an hour. Daniel shared his fears, his money problems, his doubts. The man listened without judgment. Before leaving, the man said something Daniel would never forget. "Being broke can be temporary, but believing you're weak will keep you stuck forever." Daniel walked home slowly, thinking about those words. That night, Daniel didn't make big plans. He didn't promise to get rich. He didn't promise to change his life overnight. He made one small promise: I will stop disrespecting myself. The next morning, when his alarm rang, his first thought was, "I'm tired." But instead of adding, "I'm lazy," he stopped. He got up, he made his bed, he cleaned his room. He wrote 3 simple goals on a piece of paper, very small goals. Finish work without complaining, read 10 pages, save $1. Throughout the day, his old thoughts returned. "This is pointless. You'll quit anyway." But Daniel kept going. That night, he crossed off all 3 goals. It felt small, but it felt real. Days passed. Daniel kept waking up early, not because he felt motivated, but because he made a promise. Some mornings were hard, some days he failed, but instead of insulting himself, he tried again. He started learning new skills online, free lessons, free videos, late nights. He wrote down what he learned. He stopped scrolling endlessly on his phone. Slowly, his days became structured. Discipline gave him something motivation never did: stability. At work, Daniel began to pay attention. He noticed problems, inefficiencies, ways things could improve. One day, his manager asked if anyone had suggestions. Daniel's heart raced. Normally, he would stay silent, but he raised his hand. His voice shook, but he spoke clearly. The room listened. No one laughed. After the meeting, a coworker said, "That was a good idea." Daniel walked home that day feeling taller. Confidence didn't come from praise, it came from courage. One weekend, Daniel sat down with a notebook and his bank statements. He didn't avoid the numbers, he faced them. It was uncomfortable, but it was honest. He wrote down his income, his expenses, his debts. Then he made a simple plan. Nothing perfect, nothing extreme, just clarity. For the first time, money felt manageable. Months passed. Daniel wasn't rich, but he was confident. He trusted himself. One evening, he found an old notebook from years ago. Inside was a sentence he once wrote: "I want to become someone I respect." Daniel smiled. He had done it, not by becoming perfect, but by becoming consistent. Daniel's story is not about luck, it's about mindset. Confidence is built through action. Self-worth grows through discipline. Money follows clarity. When you change how you think, you change how you live. If this story touched you, take a moment. What small promise can you make to yourself today? If this story helped you, like the video. Share it with someone who needs encouragement. Comment below what part spoke to you most.
Subscribe to Golden Growth Set for more stories about confidence, mindset, money, and personal growth. Your future is not decided by your past. It's decided by what you do next. Thank you for watching. Stay focused, stay confident. See you in the next story.